I'm taking shots at the enemy. I'm gonna make it to the top, leave a legacy. If I got something to say, you better let me speak.
I haven't finished leaning it out yet, but it's quite good now. I had to make an adapter so I could fit a bigger battery on top because I didn't have the right kind of pack that HPI prescribes for this machine. That's okay though. I've run 4 tanks through it. I'll turn this off actually. Can't start it without the starter now. I did a, you do 2 tanks idling and then another 2 tanks on half throttle doing figure of 8s, and it's quite rich at that point. This is my first time with a nitro, but it's pretty straightforward. You've got a high-speed needle there, there's an idle set screw in there, and then there's a low-speed needle in there. So I had to close the idle gap, which is, I had to bring the amount of air and fuel going into the engine down after the run-in. Then I leaned it out at the low end, and when you lean it out, that makes it go a bit faster because it's not getting bogged down with fuel. So then you close the gap a little bit more, and you keep going like that till you get it nice and even. And then you lean out the high end until it gets instantly wow 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 without bogging down. And so that's what the high speed needle was. I've just used half a tank in a short time. It does actually chow through the fuel, which is to be expected with the, I think it's 0.28 or 4.6 big block, and I mean it is a big engine. It makes just under 3 horsepower. 4-wheel drive, and the other nice thing is you've got 2 disc brakes here. And then we get the radio. It's a nice radio. Now, although with the nitro, you have a throttle and brake, you can pull it off on the same channel. So you've got a front and rear disc brake, and they're both adjustable here, so you can adjust the bias of the brake front and rear. Now, the other thing was, after I ran it in, I found the servo had failed, and it's the HPI 3.0 servo. There's a 2.0 for throttle and a 3.0 for steering. The 3.0 failed, it sounded like it had stripped gears. So I've replaced it just with a JX Servo LV because the whole system runs at 6 volts and then we don't have to tax that thing too hard. So this is my first experience with an engine in a car, and it's been a pretty straightforward one so far. The HPI Big Block Vorza. If you're into nitro, it's worth a look. You get an aluminium chassis, aluminium shock towers, the twin disc brakes, adjustable thumb screws, nice big tank, big engine, decent radio with plenty of adjustments and points for steering and throttle, and dual rate, of course. The wheels are nice enough. You get sway bars front and rear. The plastics are nice and solid. Honestly, it's a pretty nice package all around. It doesn't have as much power or instant acceleration as you get with the modern brushless systems, but there is something about the drama, the event of it on Nitro. So body's pretty nice, it's going to stay nice I think. It's pretty straightforward, maintenance is pretty easy. We just got to clean this out, wash it and then oil it again, just with light machine oil or whatever. You can use their air filter oil, but it's just light machine oil. Everything was set up nicely from the factory. Aside from that servo failing, I'm going to run a few more laps with it until I empty this tank, and then yeah, we'll see how we go. It's been an excellent first experience. Throw me a like if you got something out of this, and join me again soon. We've got more coming up. We've got, well, you'll see soon. There's a bunch of amazing stuff, crawler related, that's coming, 4- and 6-wheel drive. So I'll look forward to seeing you then right here on RC-TNT. Cheers.